How's it, Doc? Today, I swear, I'm gonna try not to be too fast and political, but hey, the doctor says the stuff ain't going away, so stay healthy. Today's one, though, where was I? I just got informed that we're going to do our Shakespeare reading on Zoom. It is the Scottish play. Begins with the letter M, also known as Mackers. You're not supposed to say this when you're having a production. Actually, you're not supposed to say it in a theater. The name of the play, Macbeth. Because there's a total theatrical superstition on saying out loud Macbeth. But actually, to be technical, it's in a theater when you're preparing a production of the play. But we've read this thing and weird things have happened. So, that side note, I'm going to turn my ringer off. My commute. How's it, Doc? Okay. Are we opening up Hawaii from quarantine? Inter-island? Yes. Trans-Pacific? No. Except there was promise. Governor Inge, let's try to pronounce the name, Inge? No, Ige. Anyways, our governor of Hawaii has the emergency powers in his hand. He's got the power. So it's his office is delegated the choice to open or close vis-a-vis it's safe or it's unsafe. Okay, so he considered it unsafe to travel, but there might be, maybe, just done with Toastmaster this morning, back, we're leaning over in Zoom. He might open up trans-Pacific air travel for visitors, with the caveat meaning you have to do this. It's a protocol they got from Canada, and I covered this in the last one. We're gonna have like pre-tested, where you're proof that you're negative. You don't have the plague virus. You have a proof before you come over on the plane, and then you don't have to do the 14-day quarantine. Now, the 14-day quarantine isn't a guarantee. It just means you kind of isolate, but you know, you distance. If you actually distance yourself from people, if you have it, you're not going to transmit it. If you're a carrier, you're not going to transmit it, and that's the idea. And if you got it and you have symptoms, then you call the doctor. Hey, what do I doctor? Give me the carrot.
More than 34,000 new cases, with some states seeing single-day records, including California, Arizona, and Nevada. There have only been 2 days when the number was higher, April 9th and April 24th. Well, back here at home on Hawaii Island, there are 3 active cases as more businesses, including short-term vacation rentals, reopen. So how does the mayor feel about continuing on this path, including opening out-of-state travel? And joining us now to talk about that is Hawaii County Mayor Harry Kim. Good morning to you, Mayor. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Hi, good morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. I just wanted to get to the cases right now. 3 active cases. Any new information on those cases?
Okay. But here's what's new about this news. Oh God, the soup thickens. Now, what happened is a lawsuit by over a dozen Kauai, that island, Garden Island, and Big Island residents, and an association called For Our Rights. For our rights, not our lefts. For our rights. So these groups coalitioned from Kauai and Hawaii, the Big Island, and they made a lawsuit. Now, they're represented by the Attorneys of Freedom. Some of this shit, you just can't make this shit up. I mean, truth is always stranger. The Attorneys for Freedom law firm filed against the lawsuit against Ige, State Attorney General Claire Connors, and the state of Hawaii. So they made a lawsuit against our governor and our state attorney general. Damn. Now, it gets thicker, the soup.
These are the morning reports from the Department of Health, which we have every day. And I'll read what I wrote. This is what we do, the Civil Defense does every day in regards to the one increase from yesterday has been identified as travel-related and emphasized the importance of caution while traveling. This person went to the mainland and came back, and I think the state passed through at this point, we understand, is Washington. I think Hawaii State and Hawaii Island are going through now a threshold of what kind of changes we're going to make, and this really emphasizes the importance of us being very cautious right there of traveling or people coming in.
It starts. The US Department of Justice, the DOJ for all the USA, is the new powerful interest pressuring the governor, David Ige, to reopen out-of-state tourism. The DOJ filed a statement of interest. We're interested in you. Tell me, what is the sign the papers, old man? We are very interested in your credentials, yes? Claiming the constitutionality. Now you're getting into my territory. Yeah. U.S. Constitution. Yeah, baby. Not idiots in office. Did I just say that? Challenging the constitutionality of COVID-19's out-of-state passenger quarantine order.
Oh, do you support that out-of-state travel quarantine being lifted August?
Well, we had a lot of discussion yesterday. Matter of fact, I think the mayors and the governor and his people, Department of Health and others, Department of Transportation as well, discussing that, where do we go and how do we get there? We know our mission. Our mission is basically twofold. Number one is the health and welfare of the people of this state. And secondly, part of the health and welfare is economic welfare. And those things are a very difficult thing to balance. And it is known that we will have to open up as fast as we can, but as best as we can, to minimize the risk of the disease coming here and spreading.
So the 14-day quarantine coming over here, they took interest and they filed a challenge of constitutionality.
Our test here is, I think Hawaii County has emphasized to the governor, we must be sure that the system of addressing for identification, for isolation, for monitoring is well in place and very well coordinated, and that's what we're working on.
Which means you're talking Supreme Court. Whenever it's the Constitution of the United States, and it go, is it constitutional or is it unconstitutional? That's the U.S., all the states' Supreme Court. They have that little power to decide, is it constitutional or is it not constitutional? I don't know. Where's my gavel? Constitutional. Unconstitutional. See, that's when you get all that freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom of whatever. For our rights. See, there's a difference between freedom and rights, and I digress into... and that sounds so wordy. I used to teach. So I'm not a teacher anymore. They wouldn't hire me. I talk too much. Students don't listen. Short attention span theater. Okay, so these statements support residents who have filed a lawsuit. So those two things. Okay.
Now, it's been exactly 1 week since inter-island travel has opened out without a quarantine. How has it gone there for Hawaii County?
I think that has gone pretty good. For one major reason, most of the islands, if not all of the islands, the level of people with active cases of the virus is very, very low in comparison with anyone. And that's a real good thing for Hawaii State as far as the people in cooperation, and to really take away the mandatory 14-day quarantine for all travelers, which included obviously inter-island, which was lifted, as you know, on the 16th. I think most people welcome that. Families got together, people are able to travel and go visit friends and stay with friends and family. And in any measurement, that's a good thing. But that does not take away the fact that we still have our responsibility of monitoring that. But for now, I think it was a good thing. Economic impact is very small, as you know, because inter-island travel has never been a real big factor in as far as the economics of each county. But other than that, I think it was good. It was time, and I think people enjoyed it.
So DOJ takes an interest, and they're saying, hey, that out-of-state quarantine, it's unconstitutional. It violates it. They're saying passenger quarantine orders, which it says discriminates against out-of-state residents. So you fuckers from the mainland, eh? Think we're discriminating against you, huh? Come over, spread your disease. It wasn't here in the first place, but you come over here and spread them. Close down all our shops. Now we don't make money. Fuck you, out of state. Are you fucking holy president? It's not quite like that on the outside. What happens is these groups are protesting, and they want their businesses open because they are losing money, and it's expensive to live here. And if you're locally, you're gonna get reamed if you're not making your shops open and the tourists. It's a lot of been under. So here we go. So these local groups jumping on the new freedom attorneys, and then the Department of Justice coming in going, we can hop on board and put some weight behind this, and they're going to put pressure on the governor. And I don't know what the governor's going to do, but opening up for inter-island travel is okay, but from across the Pacific, that's going to be hampering the governor's decision to alleviate the 14-day quarantine if you got that negative test proof. So that might be out the window if you want to make it safe. But if the federal government comes in and pressures the state government, you got a battle going on. Because it's either going to be, oh yes master, or yes sir, sir yes sir, or it's going to be, hey, federal rights, states' rights. I don't know. So I hear a storm. I see a storm coming from the horizon.
Down to that post-cyclone, and if you can see in the top corner to the left over there, that's where the Big Island is. So that's where Hawaii...
That's a storm coming here. Welcome to hurricane season. But whatever you do, stay loose, mongoose.